Hi guys, it's Chris calling. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. If you've tuned in since my last video, thank you very much. And if you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Guys, you might have noticed I have a very special guest today, and I'm so happy to be joined by the one and only Luke Reacts today. Woo! Hey Luke!
Oh, thank you. What an introduction.
You deserve nothing less. So I have brought you here today because we're going to break down semi-final one. We're going to go through the running order because the running orders of the first and second semi-final are now out, and we also have the addition of our big six in those semi-finals as well. So we're going to go through every country and their running order place and who we think, our predictions, who we think is going to qualify, not qualify, and who are our favourites. So we're not going to waste any more time at all. What do you think of the running orders so far, Luke? How are you feeling? When they first got announced, was it like kind of what you were expecting overall, or a few surprises?
I expected Cyprus to open, which we'll talk about in a bit, but I just think, perfect opener. Luxembourg, I think that's the obvious closer too.
Yeah, definitely, especially with that revamp that we just got as well from her.
Yes. Slightly surprised at Serbia's spot too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree. But should we just go through them? Should we just start off? So, as you just said, opening the show is Cilia Capsis with Liar for Cyprus. What like not only opening the semi-final but opening the whole of Eurovision. I'm so happy about this. I have loved it. This song has actually grown on me more and more. I love my pop, and I thought when I first heard it I was like, okay, it's nothing necessarily new that we've heard at Eurovision, but this has really got me. And it goes without saying, Cilia we know she can sing, dance, act, and that dance break section is going to be iconic. So I'm so happy about this. And yeah, what do you think, Luke? How do you feel about opening the show?
Perfect opener. She, like you said, acts, dances, sings. She's got two, I think, really big choreographers in LA.
The names on the tip of my tongue.
They're from TikTok. They're big.
Guy something, isn't it?
Something Groove.
Oh, Guy Groove.
We got there together. And what I think's good is, yes, she's a dancer, but she didn't give us much in the video. Where like other people we've seen in the other years, they do that full dance, you know.
This is what it is. This is what you're going to get.
Yeah, and then we see that on stage. Where Cilia, nothing in that video, the dance moves. Obviously, this will probably still be there, but I think it's going to be new, fresh, and I think it's a sure qualifier.
Me too. But I think with you saying like what we haven't seen so far, I'm not mad at all that she hasn't done, like she won't do any pre-parties either. That seems to be quite a trend with Cyprus in the last couple of years, that they've kind of saved it all for Eurovision, and to be honest, it's working for them. Like they've had some great results as well, haven't they? Yeah. So yeah, but in terms of if we think this is going to qualify, personally, I think this isn't a complete qualifier. I think this is potentially top five. So it's a televote only voting semi-final, right? So with that in mind, I think this could definitely be top 5 in this semi-final.
Okay.
Depending on how good the staging is, but I think I've got a lot of faith in it, considering like it's the big names that we have behind the Cypriot production team right now. I think it's, you know, the stars are aligning for this to be an amazing performance and an amazing opener for Eurovision. And I think you agree as well. This is definitely qualifying, right?
Yes, and let's be honest, non-casual viewers who watch this, as soon as they hear the first lyric of the Eurovision season, make me, what is it, ooh la la? They're going to be like, Eurovision has started with these lyrics.
Absolutely. I just like that crowd is going to go wild. And I tripped on my words because I'm going to be in that crowd and I just can't wait. So excited. So number 2, we have Serbia. So this is Teodora with Ramonda. Absolutely love this song. Love the meaning behind it. So beautiful. But they've been given the dreaded 2 spot, which notoriously in Eurovision doesn't fare so well for countries. I saw a lot of comments when the running order was being announced. Serbian fans were like, "You're like EBU. If you put us in spot 3 again, then we're gonna flip." They didn't do that, but might have done one worse, which is number 2.
It just less, yeah.
Yeah. So looking at the running order right now, Serbia is slotted in between Cyprus and Lithuania. 2 quite high impact songs. But I'm going to be positive with this one, and I think Serbia is an exception because I think the stage show is going to be. I have a lot of hope for the stage show because it's just such a beautiful meaning of a song, and that Lila Ramonda flower. I'm going to be so disappointed if not, but they need to use the shit out of those LEDs with that Ramonda flower. Oh, I just think it could be beautiful, the staging, and therefore memorable. But again, it's number 2. So how are we feeling, Luke, about Serbia?
How am I feeling? It's not my type of song. I made it very clear in my reaction video. However, I appreciate Teodora vocals and the meaning behind the song as well is very special. And I think Serbians are very proud of this entry. And like, yeah, I can see why. I can also see why people love this song. Like, this is the thing. Like, I can understand why this is very popular within the fandom. Spot 2, like you said, it's not good. And I did see people compare this to what they did with Brunette and Future Lover last year. However, I don't agree, as I think Future Lover is very more accessible.
Yes.
Serbia this year. And between Cyprus and Lithuania, stand out? Is it going to stand out?
Yeah, we will see. We will have to see. But yeah, right now, I say based on the running order, non-qualifier, but I have a lot of hope for the performance. So I'm going to say qualifier for this one. Luke, what do you say for Serbia?
I've literally just changed it now. It was a qualifier, but I've changed it to a non-qualifier.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with last-minute decisions in this life.
I don't want Serbia to not qualify. I'm scared for her.
Yeah. It's good to be cautious. Number 3, we have Lithuania, who is the Sylvester Belt, the Luktelk. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this song. I lost my mind when this won the national selection because there were a couple of national selections where my favorite didn't win, and then it was Lithuania's turn, and I was like, oh yeah, like another act will win. So when this like won, I lost my mind. As you'll see on I think we did a live reaction for Eurovox, and I jumped out my chair. I really, really love this song. I think it's current, it's fresh, and it's like an earworm of a song. The more you listen to it, it's so easy to listen to. And without a doubt, it's going to get everybody in the Eurovision arena dancing, everybody in the Euro clubs on their feet. And I just think it's a moment. I would love to see it elevated a bit more for the Eurovision stage. Love the choreography, love the dancers. Just want it to be a bit bigger and a bit more high impact towards the last minute of the song. But yeah, it's in a good place. I think, again, number 3, it's not like the best position in the semi-final. But either in between Serbia and Ireland. I think it's going to stand out pretty well. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. How do you feel about Lithuania in spot 3?
I literally echo everything that you said. I think spot 3, it's all usually a bop or something a bit upbeat, and this is perfection for that spot. Even though it's in Lithuanian, so you've got Serbia, obviously in their native language, and then Lithuania, but it doesn't matter because Luke Tech, easy to say. The chorus, easy to sing. And that drum and bass, do.
Yeah, I love it.
It's going to light, I think, the arena on stage. I think this is a dark horse of the year. And I think it's going to do very well. I did see, I think, in an interview with him where he did say they're keeping similar concept. But I think they're just going to use the facilities what obviously Eurovision has, which their national final.
Yeah. And boy, did they have some facilities of that Eurovision stage.
Oh, yeah. Can we just appreciate here's our Lithuanian twink? So we got a Stan.
I love that. Qualifying chances, 100% girl. Lithuania is going to the final. Luke, do you think Lithuania is going to the final?
100%. Personally, looking at the list, I think this is probably one of the most dead set for the final.
Yeah.
I think this is quite an easy prediction for Lithuania.
Yeah, just looking at I mean we've got a few others that could top it, but I was about to say it could potentially win it, the semi-final. You never know.
You don't know. Yeah, you never know.
Never know until those final rehearsals, really, do you? Until we get the snippets.
And you don't know what people are going for. What do people want to do well this year? You know, I always go back to it, but Belgium and... Was it Belgium? Yeah, Belgium and Australia last year. They weren't really hyped by the fandom, but they did so well on the night. And Estonia too. And
you just don't know what's going to happen. You have songs that will do well in the semi-final, they're not as well in the final. A bit like Austria, and I think they won their semi-final, and then they didn't do as well in the grand. So, it's all down to the wire with Eurovision. We love it. Okay, so number 4, we've got Ireland, Bambi Thug, Doomsday Blue. Okay, spot 4 in between Lithuania and the UK. This one is difficult to predict, isn't it? Because I love Bambi Thug, love them as an artist, love them as a person and everything they stand for. And I think the performance is super, super unique and powerful, and it's not forgettable. But is it what Europe is looking for right now? And is it what they're going to vote for? Is it too, completely wild or abstract? So this is really difficult to predict for me right now. I would love to see Ireland back in the final. Absolutely. But this is a strong year, man. So I just don't know. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's a sad one because I think Ireland, the national final, to be honest, was an upgrade from what they've been doing. And I felt like whoever won, well, a few, but whoever was going to win, I was like, you know what, I think it's definitely the right direction. And before, like you said, I think Bambi as a person is very fun, very I don't know, a great ambassador for for their country. And I think a lot of Irish people are very proud of Bambi Thug. And the song, it's different. And I love Bambi, not more than... I think I love Bambi more than the song. However, I just don't know. Like you said, is this what Europe are looking for? at the minute. I'm not. I don't know. And what makes me scared is if Ireland does not qualify, I don't want Ireland to go back to their boring
Me neither.
roots.
One,
But
yeah.
so I do think it's important that if Ireland did qualify, I think it will give loads of hope to Ireland for the next few years.
But yeah, 100%. I just feel, yeah, I completely agree with what you said. I think if they don't end up qualifying this year, they might revert to what they've sent in just in the last 2 or 3 years. So I'm really hoping for the best for them. I really am. But we will see what happens. I think at the moment, unfortunately, again, I really hope I get proved wrong, but I think this is a non-qualifier at the moment.
Me too.
God, people, it's so sad. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we have the addition of our big six in these two semi-finals. And in this first semi-final, we have the UK, we've got Germany, and we got Sweden. So we might as well discuss them now a little bit.
Okay.
Luke, how do you feel about the addition of the big six into the semi-finals being slotted into these kind of just randomly into this running order?
I think it would have worked if they had them maybe in the interval section and like back to back rather than putting them randomly in the running order. As I think it's a slightly confusing.
A little bit, yeah, because I've got family members who only just get the results of Eurovision every year. So trying to tell them that
you can't
the big six, the big six are not in the semi-final, but they are participating. They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
But no, I completely agree. I think that I like it in a sense in terms of like the voting in preparation for the grand final, because I feel like the countries like the big six, like Italy and stuff, like when we just see that performance once in the grand final, that's all we get, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's not an awful lot to go off sometimes, whereas like if you see them a couple of days before, it gives chance for those countries kind of to grow on you a little bit. But I definitely think it's going to influence the grand final voting for sure, because people will see these countries once through, and then they're going to see them all again, minus obviously the non-qualifiers. So I think it's going to be interesting. I think they need to make it clear, don't they? Like why they're there at the start of the show. I think that would help a lot of people. But
I personally think as well that like during the performances of the big six, I feel like they need to maybe not throughout the whole performance, but maybe have like a thing on the screen saying
you cannot vote.
Yeah.
Do not try it.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So saying that, we've got UK after Ireland, so they'll be in there, and of course they're already qualified for the grand final. Straight after the United Kingdom, we've got Ukraine. So in the last couple of years, for obvious reasons, have done very, very well, and so they've deserved to. And they have another really, really strong entry this year. Of course, it is Jerry Heel, and Aliona with Teresa and Maria. Okay, like again, another completely kind of vibe of song. What Ukraine does so well in Eurovision is, and this is the reason why they've qualified, I think they've got 100% qualifying rate, haven't they, Ukraine?
Yes.
And I think it's because they've got such a rich heritage and so much to go off, mixed with a current and fresh sound. It just works so well, and it gives their songs loads of meaning. And this song, Teresa and Maria, is no exception. I think this is 100% qualifying. I think it is a great song. Whether it's going to be as visually impactful as some of the other televote friendly songs, I'm not so sure. But yeah, I think this is a safe one. How do you feel?
What I said before about Lithuania being, a confident one, this is another one.
Yeah.
I think Ukraine, like, they are a powerhouse when it comes to Eurovision. And they're great. Personally, I think the song's very good, but the recap video, I always feel like it doesn't stand out as much as I would have thought.
Yes.
Saying that though, it's not gonna not qualify. Like it's gonna do very well.
I agree. I think if anything, Ukraine does well as well. It's staging, so I think they'll have something special for us up their sleeve. Okay, so we've got straight after Ukraine, we've got Poland, Luna, with the Tower. Okay, so when this first came out, I really, really loved this song. I still love it. I think it's great on the radio. I think it's a great radio listening song. I'm ever so slightly concerned for the live version. And I don't know why. I just... she has such a light, faint voice in some parts of the song. And beautiful, sweet voice. Absolutely stunning. But it's whether that is going to be as impactful and whether it's going to have that big wow moment that a lot of Eurovision fans look for, I'm not 100% sure. And especially coming after a big country like Ukraine, is it going to have a chance? And we'll go on to this next, but they're also just before Croatia. So they're in between two countries that are really high in the betting odds right now. So, and saying that, I want some like big impactful staging, but I don't want her to be the Tower. Do you know what I mean? I don't just want to run on I want it to be a bit like Unicorn. So like Noah Carell's Unicorn, she didn't have a big unicorn on stage. It was about the metaphor and the meaning of the song. I feel like this needs to do the same thing. Have some beautiful like aesthetic staging, but we don't need no towers, like physical towers, So that's just how I feel. But I think it'll still be a great performance, and I think the crowd are going to eat it up. But again, this is borderline for me personally. How are you feeling about Poland, Luke?
I love Poland. I love Luna. I love the Tower. I love everything about it. Yes, I agree with you to the extent that it is between Ukraine, Croatia, where big hit is. But I do think this semi, there's a lot of in your face and crazy type of songs where I think an average viewer won't understand. But when Poland comes on, that's when the casual viewer will be like, okay, nice, good song. Is it enough to vote for it? I'm not sure. But like, do you listen to Radio 2?
Absolutely, yeah.
This is a very Radio 2 friendly song.
It is absolutely.
The audience, I think, would really like this, as well as like our age. Like we can get it as this type of music. Dua Lipa, Ariana Grande, who's the other girl? Tate McRae. They are bringing out similar. They're not amazing songs, but they're easy to listen to.
Exactly, so easy to listen to, and like it's what's current. Like I think that's important. Again, it's there's comments out there when certain songs come out, like, oh, we've heard this before. Oh, it's just like it's similar to this or that, but like music is music, and it evolves on its own, and whatever generation and era that it's in. And I think this is the way that like Eurovision evolves. And again, Poland is unique because there is nothing like it in this year so far. And that's what makes it really special. But yeah, I'm not like, it sounds amazing on the radio. I want it to be like that on the stage. So I just hope that's what we get.
Yeah. And I saw her at Malmö's pre-party, and
how was she there?
No, I thought she was amazing. Saw people on social media saying she was not good, and I was like, I think she was, but I was very drunk, and yeah, so I can't really.
Sounds good after a couple of vodka cranberries.
Well, she actually walked past me because she had to walk through the audience to get to the backstage area. And she came, she had this like long red coat, and I didn't realize who it was. I didn't realize.
Or is that a red just going
Yeah,
by?
it's a red number. And I said to my brother, who doesn't watch Eurovision, and I said to him, that's who Mum is obsessed with because this is my mum's favourite song of the year. And she just turned and went, I went, like, get me away. But what?
You would have loved that.
I know, ego boost. Um, but I'm gonna be optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is gonna qualify. I think this will be 10th.
I would love to see that so much.
Yes.
Okay, next after Poland we have Croatia. Okay, so
Yes.
we've got Baby Lasagna, Rim Tim Taki Dip. Okay, so this is currently, by the time this video comes out, things might have changed, but this is currently number one in the odds, the bookies odds. Bookies favourite, and if we go in previous years, the bookies are pretty good at their predictions. Okay, so I'm just going to, straight away, this is qualifying, in my opinion. Great place, like middle of the semi, well, pretty much, in spot 7. Croatia is like, in my opinion, in a league of its own kind of thing. It's got a couple of different genres in there that make it stand out just on its own, wherever you put it in a running order, I think. And I think that's just going off of the national final Dora performance as well. It's going to be so, well, fingers crossed, it's going to be so much bigger and better on that Eurovision stage. So I think, yeah, I think this is definitely in contention to win the semi, along with Lithuania. Who else we got? Potentially Ukraine. Yeah, those at the moment. And yeah, I can't really say much more. Love, love, love Baby Lasagna and this song. And it is definitely qualifying, in my opinion. Lucky.
I'm gonna short and sweet. Yes, it's qualifying. I feel like I'm gonna get backlash for this comment, but
say your truth.
Baby Lasagna cannot sing. And guys, people who are saying, like, I've saw people going, oh, it's because of the budget, like the National Final Studio. I saw another performance of him performing at another show, and everyone was saying, oh my god, this is so good. Hit the key, bitch. But
yeah. Okay.
I can't sing, so I'm just saying, I don't understand why it's first in the odds. When it comes on the Eurovision playlist, am I vibing? Yeah. And is this going to be top 3 in the semi? Yeah. But I just think it's slightly overhyped.
Okay, interesting. Overrated prediction. Okay,
When you say it like that sounds bad.
No. I will. Do you know what? I think after the national final, like, I think the concept of the performance is great.
Yes.
But Eurovision is a marathon, and they have rehearsals, semi-finals, finals if they're lucky. Final dress rehearsal. But it's full, and that like rock part, he's like screaming. Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot on the vocal cords. So yeah, I think I'm glad it was announced when it was and not like really recent, because I think that's what all the artists will be doing now. They'll be, they'll be running on that treadmill singing. They'll be trying to do everything they can to make that performance as perfect as possible for that Eurovision stage. So I really hope, again, previous years, Croatia's staging maybe hasn't been the most slick and polished, but this is their chance for a really good result. Despite, what we've said, I think like Croatia has never had this kind of hype, have they, in Eurovision?
Oh, never.
So, as an independent country, so they need to just use this to their advantage.
Yes.
And again, I would love to see Croatia win. If this won, the idea of going to Croatia for Eurovision, I take a detour to Split, Dubrovnik.
Oh yes.
Oh honey, and then I get a boat trip, a yacht or something.
Ooh,
yeah. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. So this is going straight after Croatia. Hera Bjork with Scared of Heights, and she is before Germany. Got the giggles now. I don't know why.
Giggles too.
Okay. So next we've got Iceland.
Sorry, yes. Sorry.
Do you know what? I was so happy when they announced that Hera was representing Iceland again after her Je ne sais quoi performance in 2010. Loved her there. And I'll be honest, when this song comes in the car, I'm vibing. Like, I like it, but not as much as a stage performance, unfortunately. I think Hera Bjork looks incredible on that stage, and her voice is beautiful. But this isn't the kind of song that I really wanted from her this year, sadly. She just has, I think this is just a bit safe for her vocal talent. It's a club banger, and like, don't get me wrong, we'll be dancing to this in the Euro Club, no lie. Yeah. But I just think that she's such an acclaimed singer already, having been to Eurovision. I just was expecting a lot more when I heard that she was going to be in the pre-selection. But again, huge achievement that she's ended up representing Iceland, and I wish her nothing but the best. But currently, in this running order, coming straight after the current Bookie's favourite, I hate to be harsh, but I feel like this is a non-qualifier. Luke, over to you.
Oh God! Firstly, every time we mention Iceland, I have to give a little speech on Zika Osk, bitch. She's be internally selected next year. If not, San Marino, pick her up. Or the UK, she could be my long lost cousin. You know, I think Zika is ready for Eurovision. Last year, she was robbed. This year, I feel like she should be in the super final. And I personally think like she was one of the ones, her and Basha.
Yeah.
I feel like they got the best reactions in the crowd, in the arena. So it was a shock that Hera Bjork was in the super final. And then she won. I don't think she intended on winning, personally. I don't think this song, she was like, oh, I'm going to win with this. I personally think she just wanted to be back involved in the Eurovision circle.
How are you feeling on this qualifying chances for Iceland?
Well, I think I sort of regret my decision, but this was the one that I changed to qualifier instead of Serbia.
I mean, no, that's fair enough.
No, I'll give you. Lastly, I saw like she's sort of going viral in the Eurovision fandom, becoming a bit of the meme of the season, which we live for. You know, let's be honest. She's clever. The way she looks down when she's trying to walk down the steps show that she's scared of heights. Like she's very intellectual. She knows what she's doing with that. I might be delusional. And this isn't even like one of my favourites. Like, you know, I'm not saying it because I want her to qualify. I just think, you know, like, so in the UK, there's a term called a Karen, where women are like, yeah, you know, stuck up and they like the wine and all that.
Sounds a bit like me.
Yeah, I was about to say very like you. Do you not think, for a non-casual viewer, they're just drinking wine, the Karens? I think they're on vibe today.
Roll.
They're like, you know, she's I think she's quite empowering, and like, let's be honest, a lot of people in the UK and worldwide, they do go through breakups, but it's not a breakup depressing ballad. It's like uplifting, and
Yes,
she's
it
very
is.
positive.
She is, and I think she will definitely sell this performance much bigger and better on that stage in Malmö. So maybe it could be a surprise. We'll just have to see. We've said it once, we'll say it again. It is a crazy year this year, and anything could happen. So next we got Germany. So like we said, they will perform in the semi-final, and they'll be automatically going to the final. After Germany, we have Slovenia. So we have Raven with Veronica. Absolutely love this song. The music video is just, it's lit, and it's a total serve. I really love her voice. Raven has a lot of like opera background, and she sings in like lots of theaters and stuff. She's just so confident in her vocal ability, and I've got no doubt that she is going to sing incredibly well on that stage in Malmö. And then she's like teased little snippets of the performance as well. We've seen she's going to have those dancers with her that are in the music video, hopefully. And I really think
I
that
hope
this is.
so,
Oh yeah, I do. I really hope so. Yeah.
but I like not being funny, but like them backup dancers, they're not really up there with some of our other backup dancers that we'll be
No.
talking about later.
Yeah. Yeah. But I really hope that they continue to play on like this mystic kind of aesthetic, like witchy vibe.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is in an okay spot. It's coming after Iceland and Germany, and before another televote friendly song. So I think this is going to be in a really interesting performance on the eye. So this is my top five for me personally.
Wow.
Like I really love Raven, and I love this song. It's got the wow moments in there. It's got the pauses, like the bridge, and then it just goes boom, boom, and it just keeps going. Oh, I love it. Love it. To me, I pray and hope. I think this is qualifying right now for me. How
Okay.
you think?
Raven, that's the name. I love
I
Raven.
on that. Veronica by Raven.
I love Raven as an individual. I followed her in her national final journey, and she's always so close. So I think she's a great person to internally select. As yeah, she's artistic. She's in her own lane, I'd say, in her own world compared to the other artists. There's no one like Raven in this semi or in this year for me personally. The song, it's good. It's dynamic. It's not boring. It changes, and she can perform. We know that.
Mhm.
But
Mm.
there's always a but. And I absolutely loved Georgia last year. Eru, I had my Georgia flag, and
Me
I
too.
personally think would be the Georgia of this year,
And
where
the Clintons.
it's just a little bit too artistic, a little bit too different for the audience to be behind.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was the same as you. I loved Georgia last year, and I was really upset when it didn't qualify.
Oh,
So,
so
I think we're definitely like a lot of people will lose their favourites in these semis because it's just so strong this year. Oh, but God, I pray that it's not Slovenia because I love my girl Raven. Oh
I
my
think
God.
she qualifies though with, it's not been an easy journey to get to Eurovision for her. Like she's tried and tried. So I would love her to do well.
Absolutely. And like, yeah, huge achievement, like you said, for her even getting to Eurovision. So, yeah. Okay, so moving on to number 10. This is Finland. Wow. So, probably one of like the biggest televote friendly potential songs this year. Windows 95 man with no rules. This, again, I think this is stage ready from the UMK final. We've got that giant denim egg. We've got like the fireworks that he goes around with. I do love the stage performance, and I think it's got a key change in there. Like it's got a lot of high impact moments. I've seen a couple of comments that this is maybe not qualifying because we have so many televote friendly songs and the possibility of some of them cancelling each other out. But I think, in my opinion, this is safe. Because, again, I think after seeing the UMK performance a couple of times, we'll be used to that staging by Eurovision. But like you said previously, Luke, a lot of people tuning into the semi-finals and final, it'll be their first time watching Eurovision. So seeing that for the first time, it's definitely one where it's going to be so funny, but like people will want to vote for this as a result. And I think this is not the winner of the semi-final so far, but I definitely think it's qualifying. How are you feeling?
Yeah, for sure. Finland is qualifying. I think it says everything in UMK. Came last with the jury. Absolutely robbed it with the televote.
Absolutely.
And I just think, how can you not like Windows 95 Man? So enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Not sure if he knows what he's doing on stage. I feel like he's just clueless. But that's what he's iconic. He is probably my most favorite person just to watch. Like, he's so funny.
It's hilarious. Yeah, no, absolutely.
And the fireworks at the end, that's the moment. And that needs to still be a Eurovision as that on the recap. Like, notes. Getting the votes.
Yeah, I agree. Especially picturing that in the middle.
Pardon?
Sorry to go on.
I was just going to people at short qualifying.
Amazing. Yeah, no. Seeing that on that Eurovision stage in the X. That'd be amazing. Okay, so moving on, spot 11, Moldova. So we've got Natalia Barbu in the middle. Okay.
Is she in the middle? I wish she was a bit later on to be right in the middle.
It's like the whole San Marino thing, and then being in spot 10 when they're 11. Okay, so Moldova. Of course, Natalia Barbu returning to Eurovision for the second time after competing and doing really well for Moldova in 2007.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, she doesn't. She looks completely different. I mean, it's been quite a few years, but she is back with a vengeance. Okay, so I don't know with this one because in previous years, Moldova has been quite a surprise qualifier.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the same is going to apply this year. I think based on the national final staging that we saw, no, I don't think it's a qualifier.
Okay.
But Eurovision artists and broadcasters, they're not oblivious to the comments. They'll see all of the comments and see all of the criticism. And these days, as an artist, they want to take that on board somewhat because they want to win the votes at the end of the day. So I feel like the staging of Moldova's performance wasn't as popular Europe-wide. So I think they will change it up. I don't know how they'll change it up, but I think that it will be, it'll definitely be something different. Listening to this, I really like the clapping bit. And the it is a bit of a jivey one. I like it, but it's whether it will be memorable. So I think right now this is borderline.
Yeah.
But based on kind of the potential stagings of other countries right now, I think this may be 11th or 12th or 13th finishing in the semi.
Okay. Well, I disagree to some extent. I thought the staging was good. I did like the staging. I thought it was a bit different, and not when you hear that song, it's not the type of staging that you'd associate with that song. So
Yeah.
I liked it. When I reacted to it, because I knew there was hype, like people wanted this song to win. I hadn't listened to it prior, but I listened to it in the reaction and I loved it.
Mm.
However, since that reaction video, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. Moldova is underrated in the fandom every year. You know, they were underrated last year, qualified. The year before, did very well. And then we had Natalia Godienko, who
Yes.
I'm very good on. But for me, I think at this moment in time, I think Moldova is a non-qualifier.
Mm. Agree. Yeah. None at the bottom, but might just miss the
Yeah,
mark.
it's not going to come last,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So moving on, we have another automatic qualifier, Sweden. Um, goes without saying, like, incredible performance, Marcus and Martinez. And you, of course, Luke, saw them live in that Friends Arena. How was it?
I did not want them to win until I got into the arena where it was literally, I knew they were going to win just based on the support.
Yes,
And when they performed, amazing.
of course. Yeah, 100%. I think it's going to be a moment. And then moving on to our next placing, it's number 12, and Azerbaijan. So we have, I've forgotten the names. We have Fari and Ilkin Dovlatov for Azerbaijan with Osmu Apa.
Mm.
Speaking, yeah, so they're in number 12, and this is coming straight after Sweden. So after the host country and how high impact and like the crowd response that will get, this needs to be something different and something special, I think, from Azerbaijan. It's an okay place in the running order, quite later on, so it's got the potential to be remembered. But again, it's coming after Sweden, so it's going to be interesting how the addition of the host country into the semi-finals affects those other countries. I really, really love this song personally. I've said it in my reaction video. I think it's just so calming, so soothing. And I love the use of the Mugan voice as well that Ilkin does. It's just unique to Azerbaijan and just, yeah, beautiful. This is something really different. And I think, if anything, if there's something that Azerbaijan does well, it's staging, slick, polished.
Yes.
So I think this will be, I think this will be borderline, but I'm saying this is going to qualify right now. Yeah, how are you feeling?
So I've listened to the song once. Uh, I didn't react to it, just yeah, reasons. But I just don't think this is a qualifier. I just think it's too. It's nothing wrong with traditional. We all love traditional, but it's like the traditional, but not traditional with a Eurovision
Like a
blend.
wider fan base, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like how we've had in the past, like um, Go Away for Ukraine, very traditional elements, but they still added that like Eurovision flavor to make it accessible. Where Azerbaijan, I don't think did that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's good for them to try something different. Stay there, you know, stick with their vibe in the country, bring it to the stage, Eurovision, showing off their culture, you know, valid. But compared, I feel like this semi, there's a lot of televote friendly songs, and this is what I think it could get lost.
Yeah.
So now, non qualifying, but like you said, Azerbaijan, great for stagings.
Mm-hmm. We will see. Oh my gosh, this is going after the semi final. Number 13. So after Azerbaijan, we have Australia, Electric Fields with One Blood, One
Yes?
Milk Ali. Okay, so I really, really like this song. It's so groovy, so funky. And I think it's amazing to see Electric Fields back after narrowly missing out in 2019. This is a good place in the running order. It's in a plate later. It's after the automatic qualifiers. It's after Azerbaijan, which is quite a calm, soothing one. And again, Australia is quite an uplifting song. And I think they'll sound great, but this is again another uncertain one for me personally, because it's good in the running order. When it comes to Australia, I never really know what they're going to do with staging, like, because they've got their own complete vibe. They're on the other side of the world at the end of the day. They have so much that they could do. So it's going to be very interesting. Again, I don't really know what to expect from the staging of this. The music video was quite minimal, wasn't it, from them? So it was just they were just kind of singing at the screen. So I think this is going to be a really nice performance, but I don't know. I think there's other songs in the semi-final with more of a statement right now, and more of a stronger message. And I'm not sure whether Australia is going to be doing that, but I could be proved wrong. So again, I'm going to say, I don't know.
Decision.
I'm going to say this is just missing out, non-qualifier.
Okay.
You?
I think this is qualifying. Not going to be high, I don't think, but maybe 8th, 9th, even 10th. I think we know Electric Fields. They're great live. They're so good live. And you know what? The music video, low budget, all that jazz. But then I'm like, is that like a mind fuck for the fandom to make us think, oh, the video, yeah. But then when it comes to the live, they're going to put all the budget for that stage.
Yeah. If that's the case, then yeah, it could definitely qualify.
For sure. Live, like, it's a song where when it comes on the recap, I'm like, oh, this is actually better than I think. Yeah. Stands out more. When it comes on in the playlist, I'm like, yeah, like, it's not one of my favorites, but I can appreciate it. And I love Electric Fields as an artist and like as a duo. So I'd love them to qualify. But I do think, they're going to have colour on stage. I think it's going to be a bit of like a parade, love, vibes, good fun, maybe festival-esque staging. And I think this is the country. I think this could be the Belgium of 2024.
Ooh, interesting. I would love to see.
Yeah.
Also, Australia did epic last year as well. They came like 9th, I think, as well.
No one expected that.
So it could happen again. Yeah. 100%. Okay, so we're into our final 2 performances of semi-final 1. So we have Portugal next in 14th place, with Iolanda and Grito. Okay, so this is coming again, completely different vibe, very stripped back, beautiful voice, and super emotional. So I loved the Festival de Canção performance. Yeah. And her voice, like, you could just hear a pin drop. It was just beautiful. And especially that bit towards the end where she like belts it out. And like learning the meaning of the song as well, it's really interesting because it's like a lot about mental health, and all the dancers that are with her, that's kind of like the demons in her mind. And then when she does that shouting bit, it's like they all just go away. So it's super, super meaningful. And I think that's something that a lot of people are going to relate to. And Portugal have done it so many times. They're just so unique and just send beautiful music to Eurovision. I love them for that. And I think based on the running order, I'm going to say this is a qualifier, in my opinion. I just think, yeah, even if they sent what they did now from the national final, this has a good chance.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's qualifying. Very good message. And very likeable person, I think she is. People really have talked to her, and vocals on point. And like we saw Portugal 2022 with Maro, I think that's how you pronounce it. Mm-hmm. It's similar style, and she like did so well. And what I think people appreciate with Portugal is they don't try and be another country. They're authentically themselves. They bring what they want. They're not trying to cope, like, join the trends. You know, they're not sending a cha-cha song, or they're not sending a slow-mo fuego. You know, they're literally just doing what they think great music. And you have to appreciate Portugal for that. So yeah, I think they're qualifying and they're in a perfect spot.
Yeah, completely agree. And then we go on to our last country of the semi is Luxembourg. Wow. Okay, so we have Tali with Fighter. I really, really like this song. I loved it when it came out in the selection, and I was so happy when it got announced as representing Luxembourg. Love the national final performance, but it has had a revamp very recently. I think based on the national final performance and this going last in the running order, this could definitely qualify. It has every chance. I think Tali is an incredible performer. And I hope for the revamp that they have a bit more of a slower section, or so that she can catch her breath a bit, because it's such a song. Like, it sounds so.
Yes.
But Tali is so talented, and I think that she, of course, will have time and will be working on that now. So yeah, I think going last in the semi, it's the last thing in people's minds, and this has a very good chance. So yeah, I think this could potentially qualify. So, going through the countries that... sorry, Luke, what do you think of Luxembourg?
You didn't even give me the chance. So, I think Luxembourg, good entry to come back with. It's, it's female bop, but isn't female bop, if that makes sense. She doesn't have dance breaks. She doesn't have potential to do and we saw her national final performance, and I wanted this to win the national final performance, and she did. It has sort of grated on me slightly, and obviously now we have the revamp, which but I think I was a bit hesitant with this qualifying, but then the running order came out. And I'm like, I just can't see this not making it personally.
Yeah.
I think Luxembourg need to qualify. If they don't qualify, will they want to return?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's it's amazing to see them back, isn't it? Just like after skipping
Yeah,
it is. Love it. Okay, so there we have it. We've discussed all of our countries. Final one. Oh my goodness. So our last thought of our semi-final video, we're going to reveal who we think is going to win the semi and who we think is going to come last.
Because we're shady. We have to bring some shade.
Okay, so I'll go first. So I think winning this semi is Croatia. So my last is Iceland.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Hera. We love you, but I just don't think it's your year. I'm sorry.
And this is really rude, because the time we're filming this, I'm pretty sure I saw on Instagram at the Madrid pre-party stuff. It's her birthday. So you've just said this on her birthday. Very nasty note.
I take it back. Go on, say your truth.
I agree with you. Who is it? Croatia. I think Croatia will win the semi. Because very televote friendly.
Sure. Televote friendly. Televote only semi-final, remember?
And my last. Who is going to come last? Moldova. Unfortunately.
Okay. Sadly. But yeah, it goes without saying, this is such a strong semi-final, and we have so many more to discuss in semi-final 2. So this video is going to be on my channel, but make sure you head over to Luke's channel, where we'll be discussing the predictions and running order of semi-final 2. Luke, thank you so much for joining me for my semi-final predictions. And can't wait to see you next time. And thank you all guys for joining and watching. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will really look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye guys.
Bye.